Did you ever ponder what circumstances led to the birth of the first emperor of Rome, Augustus Caesar? Born as Gaius Octavius Thurinus in 63 BC, his lineage held significance. His mother, Atia, was a niece of the legendary Julius Caesar. This connection to one of Rome's most influential figures marked his early life with a unique distinction. Even as a child, the threads of destiny were weaving a tale of power and influence for young Octavius. This is where the journey of the man destined to become Rome's first emperor begins. But how does a young man with a noble but not extraordinary lineage ascend to the throne of an empire? We find ourselves asking this question when we delve into the life of Gaius Octavius Thurinus, better known as Augustus Caesar. The answer? It begins with a close relationship with his great uncle, Julius Caesar. Octavius was barely in his teens when he first caught the attention of Julius, who saw in him a spark of potential. This bond grew stronger over the years, leading to a pivotal moment in Octavius's life: his adoption by Julius Caesar. This adoption was no ordinary one. It was a political move, a testament to Julius's faith in Octavius's ability to carry on his legacy. Octavius didn't disappoint. He accompanied Julius on his military campaigns, learning the art of war and politics from the master himself. This was where Octavius's political acumen and military prowess truly began to shine. He was not just a spectator, but an active participant in Julius's campaigns. He fought in battles, strategized with generals, and learned not just how to win wars, but also the hearts of his men. His courage on the battlefield and his strategic mind won him respect and admiration, and set the stage for his future ascension. But it was not all smooth sailing. There were challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. Yet, Octavius persevered, driven by his ambition and his belief in Julius's vision for a united Rome. He used these trials as stepping stones, honing his skills and preparing himself for the challenges that lay ahead. The death of Julius Caesar marked a turning point in Octavius's life. It was a moment of profound grief, but also a moment of destiny. Octavius, now the adopted son and heir of Julius Caesar, was poised to step into the void left by the great leader's death. But that's a tale for the next part of our story. In the chaos of the post-Caesar era, how did Octavius manage to seize control? This question often reverberates in the grand halls of history, and the answer lies in a tale of strategic alliances, fierce conflicts, and a relentless pursuit of power. In the aftermath of Julius Caesar's assassination, Rome was plunged into a state of turmoil. Octavius, the adopted son and heir of Caesar, was barely out of his teenage years. Yet, he possessed the wisdom and cunning of a seasoned politician. He quickly returned to Rome from Greece, asserting his position as Caesar's rightful successor. Octavius formed the Second Triumvirate with Mark Antony, a trusted general of Caesar, and Lepidus, a prominent political figure. This alliance was a strategic move to consolidate power and bring the assassins of Caesar to justice. However, the triumvirate was not without its tensions. Mark Antony, a charismatic and ambitious man, was both an ally and a rival to Octavius. The conflict between the two men intensified over the years. Antony had allied himself with Queen Cleopatra of Egypt, which Octavius used to his advantage. He convinced the Roman Senate and the people that Antony was more loyal to Egypt than to Rome. This propaganda campaign sparked the civil war that led to the decisive Battle of Actium. In the year 31 before the Common Era, Octavius and Antony clashed at Actium. Octavius, with the help of his friend and Admiral Agrippa, outmaneuvered Antony's larger fleet and claimed a resounding victory. Antony and Cleopatra fled to Egypt, where they later took their own lives. The Battle of Actium marked the end of the Roman Republic and the beginning of the Roman Empire. Octavius, now the unchallenged ruler, took the title of Augustus, marking the dawn of a new era. With the defeat of Antony, Octavius stood unchallenged, ready to take the reins of the empire. His path to power was paved with strategic alliances, shrewd political maneuvering, and a relentless will to rule. The young man who once stepped into the chaos of a post-Caesar era had ascended to become Augustus, the first emperor of Rome. Once in power, how did Augustus Caesar shape Rome and its empire? This is a question that has intrigued historians for centuries, and for good reason. Augustus Caesar was not just a ruler, he was a reformer, a strategist, and a visionary. Augustus implemented significant reforms that transformed Rome from a republic to an empire. He established a new constitutional framework that effectively made him the first Roman emperor. He cleverly maintained the illusion of a republic while holding ultimate power. Augustus reformed the Senate, reducing its size and restoring its prestige. He also reformed the legal system, creating a standing army and a small navy, and introducing the Praetorian Guard, an elite unit tasked with protecting the emperor. But Augustus was not just about consolidating power. He was also a master of expansion and security. He extended the borders of the empire, incorporating Egypt, Dalmatia, Pannonia, Noricum, and Raetia, and secured the Alpine regions. He also established a network of roads and posts that improved communication and trade throughout the empire. Perhaps the most enduring legacy of Augustus's reign was the Pax Romana, a period of relative peace that lasted for over 200 years. This era was marked by stability, prosperity, and the flourishing of Roman arts and literature. Augustus was a patron of the arts, commissioning works from Virgil, Horace, and other notable writers and artists of the time. This era also saw the construction of many iconic Roman structures, such as the Forum of Augustus and the Areopagus. Augustus's reign was not without its challenges and controversies. He was often criticized for his autocratic rule, and his personal life was marked by tragedies and scandals. But there's no denying the impact he had on Rome and its empire. Under Augustus's rule, Rome flourished, marking the beginning of the Roman Empire's golden age. His reign set the stage for the empire's future successes and challenges, and his legacy continues to shape our understanding of this fascinating period in history. But who was Augustus Caesar when he wasn't ruling an empire? Unveiling the man behind the imperial robes, Augustus was an individual of many layers. His personal life was as complex and intriguing as his political career. One of the most influential people in his life was his wife, Livia Drusilla. Their union was not merely a political alliance, but a partnership that lasted over 5 decades. Livia was his confidant, his advisor, and some say the power behind the throne. Their relationship was a testament to Augustus's capacity for loyalty and his respect for strong, intelligent women. Augustus was also a man of deep beliefs. He was a staunch patron of Roman religion, reviving old traditions and instituting new ones. He believed in the gods, in fate, and in the moral virtues of the Roman people. He saw himself as a guardian of these virtues, a role that he took very seriously. In addition to his religious convictions, Augustus had a profound appreciation for arts and culture. He was a great patron of the arts, commissioning numerous public buildings, temples, and monuments. His reign saw a flourishing of literature and poetry, with writers like Virgil and Horace creating works that have stood the test of time. Augustus fostered an environment where arts and culture could thrive, marking a golden age in Roman history. Despite his robust public image, Augustus battled with health issues throughout his life. He suffered from various ailments, which he managed with careful diet and regular exercise. His health issues made succession a significant concern. He had no biological children, and his adopted son Tiberius became his successor. The choice was not without controversy, but it demonstrated Augustus's pragmatic approach to governance. Despite his immense power, Augustus remained a complex and human figure. He was a man of contradictions, a powerful ruler yet a devoted husband, a religious man yet a great patron of the arts, a frail individual yet a resilient emperor. His life and reign are reminders that behind every historical figure there is a human story waiting to be told. So, what makes Augustus Caesar's reign resonate through centuries, you might ask? Well, it's the profound impact he left on the subsequent emperors and the enduring legacy of his reforms and policies. Augustus Caesar set a precedent for future emperors. He demonstrated how to wield power effectively, balance the needs of the citizenry with military might, and foster prosperity through peace. His reign marked a transformative period in Rome's history, witnessing the birth of the Roman Empire, which went on to dominate the Western world for several centuries. His policies fostered economic growth, societal stability, and architectural grandeur, with the city of Rome, quite literally, being built from brick to marble. But it's not just about the past. The influence of Augustus Caesar's reign extends into our present day. The concept of Pax Romana, or Roman peace, has influenced modern ideas of global governance and international relations. His administrative reforms serve as a model for many contemporary governments. The literature and arts that flourished during his time continue to inspire and drive creative pursuits today. In essence, the legacy of Augustus Caesar is not confined to the annals of history. It's alive in our societies, our systems, and our collective consciousness. Augustus Caesar's reign was not just a chapter in Rome's history, it was a turning point that shaped the course of the world.